It's not bad, but it ain't perfect either. Hey guys, here, and forgive me if I sound off, but like my throat's been acting a little funky. I'm just worried I might get the coof. But anyway, what we're gonna do here is take a look at the Revoltech Evangelion Unit-02 from 2.0. And this is my first Revoltech ever. And for the longest time, I've always been wanting an Evangelion related figure. So this is like almost like a dream come true, so to speak. And when it comes to favorite Ava units, Unit 2 probably has to be my favorite. You got the open window here, all the information, movie logo, a Revo chip, which was used for like an online thing. Revoltech Yamaguchi there. You got all the info about how the Revoltech joints work, like how they're made right here. On the other side, you have right there some more information with a promo shot. It's number 68. And on the back, you have various product shots as well. And I would assume that this is part of another set. You got a bunch of other stuff right here, like what it comes with, all that, how to interchange the parts, the toe bend, movie poster right there. And on the bottom is more stuff about the Revoltech joints. On the top, you got this. So there's the box right there. So let's go ahead and take a look at the figure. And here we have Unit 2 right here. And I have to say, this figure, I thought it'd be a little bit bigger in person, but it's still nice for the size of it. Like, for being small, this is pretty minute painting detail here. It's neat. This is my first Revoltech, so some people say it's sloppy. I don't see any slop on my copy, at least not yet. However, I do have a bit of an issue with this. This is loose. The rest of the body is really nice. Standard Evangelion body right here. And it kind of looks like the red has a bit of a metallic sheen to it. You got peg holes right here on the bottom too. Even the lights right here are painted, and the eyes are painted too. Get her stood up on the stand real quick. And if you've watched the rebuilds, you know, or the original anyway, if you watch that, then you would know that Unit 2 is piloted by Asuka, which everyone knows at that point. Overall, the figure looks really nice. Oh, I also forgot to mention, came with this little instruction little pamphlet here, talking about other figures, stuff like Queen's Blade, the whole, what is this called again? The Assembleborg. This is like a little mini Revoltech figure. On the other side, you have more stuff about the Assembleborg. Info about the Revoltech joints. And open this up. Oops. Blooper. Keep that in. I'm too lazy and sick. You get a bunch of info about like Revel points and how there's an Assembleborg that comes with every figure essentially. And all that. Which it's all cool stuff. And the Assembleborg, it's all like a blind box thing. And they're like randomly packed, so you don't know what version you're gonna get. I got like this teal green color for this one. I'm not sure if I'm doing anything wrong here because it looks like the Revoltech. It's like because this guy is so small, there's not really a lot of super articulation in it or anything. The only real Revoltech joints are in the shoulders. For this guy here, the head can turn. You get rotation here at the arm, but the way the arm moves, it's not going to do a full 360. Arm moves out on a ratchet joint. You get a little elbow swivel. And you get a wrist swivel. Waist swivel. Legs can turn that way. You got a knee swivel here. You get an ankle swivel. I'm sure you could get a pivot, but this Revoltech peg here is so tight. Moving over to Unit-02 real quick. Articulation, you get articulation here in the head. Can look up that far, look down that far. You can even recreate the bad posture of the Avas. You get a Revoltech joint here at the base of the neck. You get rotation here. You probably can't do a full 360, but maybe. No, I don't want to risk breaking anything. I paid like $40 for this. Shoulder pylons are, well, at least this one's loose, but it's like a butterfly joint in a way. But yeah, they can move. You have to adjust them. Depending on how you want the arm to be posed. Let's take this pylon off. You can see it attaches to a peg right there. Arms could do a full 360. Move out. You get a bit of a bicep swivel. Not that far. You get an elbow swivel. You get pretty much over 90 degrees of bend at the elbow. You get a wrist swivel, and it's like this because the way the hands are connected to the forearm. And those pegs are so tight in there that they broke. That's lovely. You would get a wrist swivel if these didn't break. They're so tight in there, but whatever. You get an arcing back crunch there. Rotation here. Legs are a bit weird. The leg moves forward this far. Okay, there. That's it. They can move forward that far. Backward, not at all, really. Outward, this far. The way this Revoltech works is, I don't even know. You could get crazy poses with that. You got a thigh swivel right here. You got double bend at the knee. Knee swivel. Feet move up and down. You do get a bit of a swivel. You can get a pivot out of that. You can get a toe bend right there. Also careful with this, because, yeah. So, with the on-camera breakage, that complicates things. Or I could have been gypped. Oh, I also forgot that these can move out of the way whenever you're posing the foot. So as mentioned before, this is connected to a peg, and you can move that, replace it with these parts. Slide that into there. Slide that into here. You get this part right here. Oh, shit. Yeah, but forgot to mention the Revel point. But yeah, you can switch out those other shoulder pylons and forearms for these. That recreates her first appearance in the rebuild. You also get a bunch of alternate hands, which you got trigger finger hands right here. What I would assume is weapon holding hands. Or maybe this is another. Maybe this is another one. I'm not entirely sure. Or maybe this was just like a knife holding hand or something. You get these special hands. Which I would assume that one was a peace sign hand. You get some more flight open hands. And the hand resting on hip hands. You also get a bunch of other accessories. You get the umbilical cable here, which plugs into, which is a bendy wire too. You can pose that however you want and plug that into Unit-2's back. You can not spaz out. And it looks like the peg is too small. The peg is too big for the hole, so I'll be right back. Plug that into there. Now that it looks like the Ava's charging. Of course, you could take that out and plug in the stand arm, which, yeah, another tight fit. You can get some really cool poses out of this figure. Try to fit the pallet rifle into these, but it looks like the hole's too small, so I would assume those are for the progressive knives. Yeah, those are for the progressive knives, just looking at the box. So, that would really, or for the axe. So, really, it would just be for this kind of hand right here. That's the best I could do with that pose. Along with that, you get what I guess is a laser crossbow. You got that. You get the axe here. And there's that. Onto the stand, you get you gotta put it together, but it's simple enough. You get a Revoltech joint there. You get this here. If you want to get adjusted for more aerial poses. You get another Revoltech joint there. You plug the arm into the base. That's the easy assembly for the Revoltech stand. That peg is most likely going to be too big for this hole to fit the assembled board onto. So you're out of luck on that. Finally, you get a box for your accessories. You can fit most of everything in here, at least the small parts. Just wrap up the umbilical cable here. And that's going to be too much for it, so there's that if you want to store all your accessories in there. At the time of making this part, I'm just getting worse. But anyway, let's do size comparisons and finish this mess of a review. So, just because he can't stand on his own because of the weird joints, here's the a symbol Borg next to Unit 2. There's Spider-Man from Toy Biz. There's Gundam. And they look really good together, actually. Like, and if you ever build like an anime mecha collection, then these two would look great together. Here's the good boy. Here's the core B. And just because they had a crossover, here's Unit 2 with the NECA 1994 Godzilla. So there's that, with Godzilla obviously being taller than Unit 2. So, in conclusion, the figure is good. Like, and this is obviously supposed to be like an older Revoltech, which explains the way the wrists work and how they broke off. Which I can see why they replaced those with the the smaller Revoltech joints, or the ball joints, whatever. I like the idea of Revoltech being just a series of ratchet joints throughout the figure, because then they can at least hold a pose. And this, despite the quality control issues, I still like this figure. And if you can afford at least one Evangelion figure, pick this up. The other versions of this, though, was like a angel base and other shoulder pylons that deploy the progressive knives. Because, like, those hacks wouldn't engineer a transforming shoulder pylon. But also, yeah, Kyoto. It's really on the fault of Kyoto, the quality control issues, because they're the ones that own the Revoltech brand. But I still like this. It's something I've been wanting for a long time. Just in general, an Evangelion figure. So, I hope you enjoyed this mess of a review. Sorry about sounding sick. Someone in my family had COVID, and now I'm worried that I might get it, because they took me to get a haircut. He said he was feeling better, which, good for him, but now I'm worried I'm going to feel like shit. So, that really should be it. Hope you enjoyed anyway. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell, share the video so this gets more traction in the algorithm. I haven't really said that in any of my videos, have I? Sharing the video, because that really helps. And check out in my About section on my channel, my socials and my Discord. The links to those are in there. And hopefully I feel better. If I don't, then it's been great, at least trying to entertain you. So, I'm not saying it's concrete that I'm going to die from China virus, but I just hope I get better. So, see you next time.